Everything that you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield.
My wife is cheating on me. While I've been away serving my country, protecting and providing for my family, she's been sleeping with another man in my home, in my bed.
Really bad. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to a body. We all die. But does that mean our lives are meaningless? My soldiers because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out.
Hello guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good and a productive day. Today I wanted to tell you something about rage. I really wanted to talk about this for quite a while, but I actually didn't get a chance to put it in a video, and I think this is the perfect time for it. You must probably heard about rage. And rage, I'm talking about the core meaning of rage, that type of rage, the core thing, not that rage, you're a child and your mother is not willing to buy you some stuff and you go to that bragging rage, stuff like that, childish shit. Because I like to believe that we all just, at some point in our lives, got to a moment that it was not rage, it was something beyond rage. That moment in your life when you feel like you're going to punch every wall that you're going to see, and if somebody come across you and upset you, you're going to do something really bad to them, So we are talking about something else. So that type of rage. So if you're familiar with this type of rage, maybe heard some people before saying, it's not okay to have rage in you, it's not okay to be angry, it's not okay to be crazy. And first of all, it's totally okay to have some kind of rage in you. It's totally okay. And on the other side, you heard some people saying that they encourage rage and you need to take control of it. And I like to place myself in the middle of things, or maybe above things. I just disagree completely when I heard something about, you don't have to be some crazy type, not the actually crazy type, like to have a bit of craziness in you can control it. And I hate to say this, like I hate that discussion about being passive and just being harmful and stuff like that. I think that speech works for people who are thinking that they live in some fantasy, peaceful rainbow world when they can't get into any trouble and people are actually not going to hurt them. And on the other side, I like the way that they say, okay, control your rage, you know how to control yourself. But I don't like the thing that they are just stopping there, Like Jordan Peterson had some speech about this, like you should be a monster, but you should learn how to control it. But I hate the fact that they stop there. So my personal intake on rage is, don't be passive. Learn how to control it, but actually take action when it's needed. And this is not just being capable of doing stuff, this is actually doing it. Because a lot of people are being capable of expressing rage, but they are actually never do it, And this goes like control stuff and stuff like this, but this is actually wrong, because in some situations you're going to need to do something, And I hate that saying that, yeah, you can talk yourself out of any situation. You can't. You can't. That advice is good for people who think they live in the fantasy world. Like, you can't. The harsh truth about this is probably you're going to lay down the street, bleeding out, because you tried to talk your way out of some situation, some bad stuff. And I know this sounds bad, but welcome to the real world, And I'm telling you this because I was a victim of that thing of, speaking out, talking yourself out of some bad situation. I was doing it, and I end up in a hospital. So yes, you need some craziness, because in this black and white world, you need to have some spark of color, you need to make the world more colorful. If you're just a boring, passive just person who can't do anything, any harm when it's needed, and I'm going to say this louder, when it's needed, because doing harm to some people and actually being capable of taking action is two different things. So yeah, have rage in you, learn about rage, control your rage, take action when it's needed. So have craziness in you. You need to be a little bit crazy in this world, because people are just living in fantasy world right now, And the thing is, it's so boring nowadays, because we ended up just having patterns of people, like having types of people. You just don't come across a dude or a girl who is so interesting, who is so colorful, who is so something else, Because nowadays we just look at some person and be like, okay, this dude is that type, that girl is that type, and we actually make types of people. We actually don't go into work and speak with somebody and be like, okay, this is so interesting. This dude is saying something so interesting, is speaking out something that I would never just thought about. Because nowadays people just want to be something, something that already exists. Like they take a role model and they're just not taking the good stuff out of the role model and create something unique with their personalities. They're just copying it 101. And we're going to just end up in a world of types, types of people. Okay, so you are type A, type B, and type C. In which type of people do you go? So yeah, that's it for today. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe and the like button, because it helps me a lot. And until I catch you in the next one, watch this video over here, because this one is a powerful one. Peace.